Jaws and claws. A zebra carcass lies in the dust, the air thick with the scent of recent death. A dozen hyenas, their shoulders hunched and eyes gleaming, circle the prize. You can almost hear the manic giggles, a sound that seems to make the very air wobble with anticipation. But then, a blur of golden muscle. A single lion charges in, jaws wide, a force of nature unleashed. He slams into one hyena so hard they tumble into the dirt, but the others scream and swarm, a relentless tide. Dust explodes, the air fills with snarls and shrieks. This isn't just about dinner. This is a grudge match, ancient and raw, older than the very rivers carving through the Rift Valley. Stick around for the next few minutes. You'll discover why every cub, every claw mark, every echoing whoop is part of an arms race written in muscle, brains, and bone. A saga that continues to unfold beneath every African sunset. Lions. They rule by sheer, undeniable size and power. An adult male can easily tip the scales at 250 kilos. That's half a ton of raw strength, and could probably bench press a wildebeest if he felt like it. The females, lighter but no less formidable, are the pride's tactical heart, rehearsing war every single time they fan out through the golden grass, moving with a silent, deadly grace. Then there are the hyenas. They rule not by individual might, but by numbers and those legendary steel-trap jaws. A matriarch, scarred and savvy, can live for a quarter century, remembering every single lion that ever dared to steal her clan's hard-won meal. Both species crave the same thing, the undisputed title of top carcass controller on the savannah. And because only one can truly hold that throne, the scoreboard, as they say, resets with every sunrise, promising another round in this age-old contest. For too long, pop culture painted hyenas as nothing more than giggling, cowardly sidekicks, always waiting for a handout. But the reality? It's far more complex and, frankly, much more impressive. These formidable predators kill a staggering 2/3 of their own meat, often hunting in relentless packs that can pursue prey for miles until it collapses from sheer exhaustion or heat stroke. And lions? They scavenge just as often as hyenas do. Any experienced safari guide can tell you tales of a male lion casually chasing cheetahs off a fresh impala kill, asserting his dominance. The deep-seated hatred between these two isn't about who's nobler or more dignified. It's a primal, desperate struggle for survival, a brutal calculation of who gets to claim the vital protein first. Lions are the savanna sprinters, built for explosive bursts of power. Their massive forelimbs are packed with fast-twitch muscle fibers, allowing them to accelerate rapidly and deliver devastating blows. They ambush their prey within a 50-meter dash, finishing the job with a powerful throat clamp designed to suffocate. Hyenas, on the other hand, are the ultimate marathoners. They can trot for hours under the searing 40°C sun, panting through their spotted coats that act like built-in radiators, efficiently dissipating heat. Where a lion's heart rate might spike to a frantic 200 beats per minute during a hunt before dropping dramatically as they rest, a hyena can cruise at a steady 110 BPM for extended periods. The translation is simple. Lions dominate the first 5 minutes of a confrontation, leveraging their raw power. But give it another 50 minutes, and the hyenas, with their relentless endurance, often win the day. The conflict begins almost immediately, in the earliest stages of life. Cubs on both sides are, for a time, little more than vulnerable mobile puddings. A lioness, needing to hunt to feed her pride, must leave her tiny, helpless litter hidden. Hyenas, with their incredibly keen sense of smell and relentless curiosity, will sniff them out, tearing apart these future threats without a second thought. It's a brutal preventative strike. Months later, those same hyenas give birth to their own pups deep within underground burrows. But lions, with their immense strength and powerful claws, will dig them out like bulldozers, eradicating the next generation of their rivals. This isn't cruelty in the human sense. It's a cold, hard evolutionary strategy. Cubs that survive these early encounters learn a fundamental, unforgettable lesson. The other species isn't just competition, it's the enemy. The memory sticks, hardwired into their very being by the adrenaline of survival. Imagine a single adult buffalo. That's enough meat to feed 50 hungry mammals. Whoever claims that carcass first gets to convert vital calories into muscle instead of losing it to the relentless march of decay and maggots. Lions muscle in with their sheer intimidation, their roars, and imposing presence often enough to send smaller groups of hyenas scattering. Hyenas, however, have their own powerful weapon: communication. In a confrontation, the hyenas recruit clanmates using a complex symphony of whoops and calls that can travel an astonishing 5 kilometers across the savannah, rallying their forces to fight against the single lion. If a dozen hyenas arrive before another dominant pride male makes his appearance, the cats often retreat, but this lion's surrounded and in deep trouble. Numbers. Past a certain ratio will almost always beat raw muscle. It's all about the numbers. This lion is massively overwhelmed. If it was only 2 hyenas, they're likely to get flattened or worse. But every additional hyena shifts the balance of power, increasing their success rate by roughly 8%. Evolution, in its cold, calculating wisdom, keeps score with the precision of a pocket calculator. Fortunately for this lion, another male lion sees what is happening and comes to the rescue. Just one more lion and the power has shifted, because each now can guard the other's back and their powerful claws and bite cannot be ignored. The hyenas retreat to fight another day, and the 2 lions celebrate a victory with help arriving just in time. Come August, the savanna transforms. Waterholes shrink to little more than muddy puddles, and prey animals cluster together, seeking out the last vestiges of moisture, like shoppers on Black Friday jostling for deals. The scarcity intensifies the rivalry. Lions need a hefty 7 kilos of meat every single day to maintain their massive physiques. Hyenas need about 5, but they'll eat until their bellies literally drag on the ground, gorging themselves whenever the opportunity arises. So, when prey appears at the only remaining mud puddle, it becomes less a meal and more a nuclear treaty waiting to explode. First one to the prize wins. Crocodiles, lions, and hyenas are all in on the action there. Researchers in the Serengeti have logged an astonishing 312 aggressive interactions around just 3 waterholes in a single week during peak dry season. This is when the real casualties mount. Broken jaws, torn ears, and those infamous lion thigh wounds that, due to their depth and location, often never fully heal. It's not all about muscle and jaws. Intelligence plays a crucial role too. Hyenas possess a remarkable cognitive ability. They recognize individual lions. They maintain complex mental maps of pride territories, often choosing to walk an extra 3 kilometers just to avoid a resident male whose temperament they know. Lions, in turn, are masters of auditory discrimination, learning the subtle dialects of hyena whoops. The unfamiliar call of a stranger clan instantly triggers a defensive posture, manes bristling, ready for a fight. But the familiar giggles of the resident clan next door? Those are often ignored, a mere background noise. Both species are, in essence, running sophisticated cost-benefit spreadsheets inside their fur-covered skulls, constantly assessing risk and reward. Let's talk statistics. On the open plains, lions, when a male is present, win approximately 65% of direct face-offs against hyenas. But remove that dominant male and the odds flip dramatically, with hyenas claiming victory in about 70% of confrontations. A hyena clan needs at least 4 adults to confidently risk mobbing a lion. Below that number, they'll typically wait in the thorn scrub, hoping to pick at leftovers. Consider their lifespans. A male lion averages around 12 years. A hyena matriarch, however, can live for 25 years. This means a wise, experienced grandma hyena can potentially harass and outmaneuver 3 successive generations of local lions, making her, in a very real sense, the unofficial cunning mayor of the grassland. If this ancient, fascinating feud has you hooked, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We drop more interesting animal deep dives every single week. We'd love to hear your suggestions in the comments below. We read every single one. This constant competition has driven an incredible evolutionary arms race. Hyenas developed those legendary bone-cracking premolars precisely because lions kept stealing the soft, easily consumed parts of the carcass. To get at the marrow, hyenas need stronger tools. Lions, in response, evolved their magnificent manes, which, beyond their display function, also serve a crucial protective role, shielding the neck during chaotic hyena mobbing attacks. Each adaptation's a direct answer to the other, a biological ping-pong match that has been played out over millennia. Neither side can offer to surrender, even slightly, because concession means fewer calories, in the wild, calories are quite literally survival. The reasons this war never ends are deeply woven into the fabric of the savanna itself. Territories invariably overlap, prey resources are always finite, cubs on both sides are perpetually vulnerable, memories of past conflicts are long-lasting. Success today breeds offspring who will continue the fight tomorrow. Peace treaties simply don't stick because natural selection relentlessly favors the paranoid, the cautious, the aggressive. The hyena who flees early starves. The one who stands its ground or even attacks may feast. The same brutal logic appeals to lions. Any ceasefire is just a temporary pause, a brief moment to swallow faster before the next inevitable confrontation. So, the next time you see a powerful clip of lions shredding a hyena clan or a cunning group of hyenas cornering a lone cat, remember this: what might look like chaos is, in fact, a fundamental contract. It's a pact written in tooth and tendon, signed in blood by each successive generation, pledging to hate, to compete, and, quite unintentionally, to keep the grass green, the rivers running, and the great migration on its endless course. This war never truly ends because, in a profound way, the savanna needs it to. And as long as there's meat on the hoof and hunger in the belly, lions will roar, hyenas will whoop, and their epic feud will roll on, forever echoing beneath every African sunset.